So we got more Poway drama, Democrats and Republicans. It's great stuff. We had this golf course in Poway called the Stone Ridge Golf Course, and they wanted to convert it to housing. And of course, the Democrats don't want you to be allowed to do anything. They want to stop you from living your life. So they had an election back in 2017, and they prevented the conversion into a golf course. So what ended up happening is the guy quit paying the water bills, the golf course went to shit, and they couldn't do anything with it, so it just sat there empty for a few years. And the person who was in charge, who owned this thing, was a guy by the name of Schlesinger, and they just hated the guy, so they weren't going to allow him to do anything. Well, the new guy came in, Kevin McNamara, is a local Poway developer, and he came in and said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to build 200 and so homes. We're going to build a health club. We're going to build a swimming pool. We're going to build a butterfly farm. We're going to build a brewery. We're going to build a restaurant, and we're only going to build 200 or so homes. And we'll put it on the ballot again. And the reason it had to go to the ballot because it was changing the zoning, and anybody trying to change the zoning or do anything like that, there's a Prop FF that requires people to go before a public vote. So it went to the public vote in 2020 or so, and the people voted in. They said, yeah, let's go with this. We like this idea. And the ballot basically said, we're gonna put 200 homes and so much open space and a health club and that sort of stuff. So great, it moved along. They built most of the houses now. It's looking good. There were some problems with some of the flooding and stuff during the rains that we had earlier, but generally the project's been going very, very well. Well, then all of a sudden, the health club, which was originally about 3,000 square foot with about another 6,000 square foot of outside area, they wanted to convert. Lifetime Fitness wanted to come in and be the tenant for it, but they wanted to build a 30,000 square foot health club. Well, it's private property rights, and they wanted to move ahead with a minor use permit, and they started moving ahead, and the city kind of said, okay, let's move forward with this. Well, the Democrats in town said, no, you have to go back to a public vote. Back to a public vote because they want to change the health club size, which is absolutely ridiculous. We have private property rights, and the people already voted to change this to a residential area with a certain number of homes, a certain number of whatever. But they keep going back saying, no, we can't allow them to do that. It needs to go to a public vote. When basically, bottom line is they want to go to a public vote and not allow them to have Lifetime Fitness come in and run this gym. And I just think this idea is so stupid. I mean, why do the community, why does the public good come in and tell other people what they can do on their private property? Like, screw them. But they're really serious about it. And they say, well, it's going to increase the traffic and do this and that and the other. And the city's playing some games with the traffic. And when I say playing games, it's a matter of, we're going to accommodate the business and the jobs here in the city and do what we can. So they're stretching some rules, which is what they always do. But the Democrats keep pushing for, we want to go to a public vote, which is bullshit. I mean, we don't in America vote on what our neighbors can or can't do. We all are pretty much free to do what we want. And so this thing is, they keep going back on the Facebook pages from which I'm banned from. I can't comment on there because I disagree with them. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican either, so don't accuse me of that. But so they don't want to allow them to build it, and so it keeps going back and forth. I think, well, look at this. The latest person who's kind of in charge of that Facebook page, a person by the name of Chris Cruz. She goes, look, they're going to put, it was supposed to be a 3,000 square foot one with maybe 6,000 square foot of pool, and now they're going to make it 50,000 square foot, and all this area by the pool, and she's calculating square footage not based on enclosed space, which the way most normal and intelligent people do it. She's calculated based on the area of the pool, and she's just kind of going on and on and on. Well, first of all, she doesn't live anywhere near this club. She lives way down in South Poway, and this thing's being built way up in North Poway. But the key is that she is not trying to stop them from building it as much as she's trying to create political issues so that when the Democrats put their candidates up against the Republican city council and the Republican mayor, they'll have an issue to go after. It's kind of like the issue like with Jerusalem moving the capital moving the embassy to Jerusalem from Tel Aviv. They never wanted to move it until Trump became president, because Trump basically said, well, just move it. And all of a sudden the political issue is taken away and nobody can run on it. So what we end up having, we have a world now with the politics that the politicians don't want to solve the problems. They want to run on the problems, so they never solve them. And this is the same thing that's happening here in Poway with this Chris Cruz. She's not going to be able to stop. The Lifetime Fitness is going to run the club. It's going to be built. It's going to create jobs. It's going to be a great thing for Poway because we're a very healthy, health-oriented. I mean, Chris Cruz is not health-oriented, but we're all a very, very health-oriented city. So it's going to go through, but you're going to use it like, hey, they lied to us, they cheated, they Kevin McNamara this, and it's always, like the rules for radicals, where you have to personalize every issue, and they spend all their time ragging on Mayor Steve Valls and ragging on John Schlesinger, the owner, who's supposed to be out of it. and Kevin McNamara lied. Everything's personal and based on personalities, which I just find disgusting. It's awful the way they do it, but this is the way it works in Poway. And they won't succeed. They never do. They're the disaffected minority that always are making an issue about anything. But it's fun to watch and it's fun to read, and it's unfortunate that I can't respond to it there, so I'm responding to it here in a video.